What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a full playthrough of the brand new treasure map Big Mom. Now, you can see by my points, I've been farming a decent amount of this treasure map. I have completely already maxed out my Big Mom. I've already done my 2 point reward legend tickets. You guys will see the video of my legend tickets once the full rewards come out for the ranking rewards and stuff. So towards the end of the treasure map, you guys will be seeing the full video with all of my ticket pulls, so make sure to look forward to that. But as I said, in this video we are going to be doing a full playthrough of this treasure map. So currently we're going to be doing the playthrough on navigation level 16. So I've done 15 runs because you start at nav level 1. So I've done 15 runs on this treasure map so far. And I've got to say, by far, this has probably been one of the most fun treasure maps for me personally. Obviously, it does help having the newest characters to enable you to beat the dungeon a lot easier. But the way that this treasure map is structured, it's really cool. And it'll be actually pretty easy for you guys to get to that 1 million threshold to get your copy of Big Mom. So you can see that as soon as you start your dungeon, you'll see that there are new point spots here. These are the Croquembouche spots. If you guys, just entered the treasure map, you get given a tutorial as to how this actually works. But what happens is when you land on one of these spots, you'll get 1.5 times treasure mode points for the rest of your run. So you definitely want to try and go ahead and land on these Croquembouche. However, when you land on a Croquembouche, Big Mom will start to invade you, and you guys will see how that works. So luckily we did land on another one of these spots, which is great. So you can see here now we get treasure points times 1.5. However, Big Mom has actually arrived on the treasure map, so you'll see that it is, and it's called an Intrusion is what they're calling it. So the great pirate Big Mom Charlotte Linlin does arrive on the treasure map, and every time you move on the map, she moves closer and closer towards you. Now, something I do want to note is that when you are on the treasure map, there will be certain pathways that will be actually blocked off. So you can see that there is a massive rock in the middle of this one, and you can see next to the rock there's a rainbow chest, lots of point spots, a stam refill, another rainbow chest, and some good buffs. That specific pathway actually gets unlocked when you encounter Big Mom along the way. So you guys will see that that's actually what we're going to be aiming for. We're going to aim for that specific pathway and hopefully get some good rewards along the way. So let's go ahead and continue, and our first boss is going to be against Nami. Now, Nami is going to be the only character that we take on in this mid-map, and a lot of people are going to be asking, what character should I take on during the mid-map in this treasure map. I think personally Nami is going to be the most difficult for most people because she's the least free-to-play friendly character to take on. All of the other characters, in terms of the bosses, are actually reasonably free-to-play friendly, but we're going to be taking on Nami right here. The team that I am using for Nami is actually a double 6+ Lucci team, full shooter team, and we're going to get straight into it. So I'm going to mainly rush through the rest of this run, and then I'll meet you guys at the boss of Treasure Map Nami. Okay, so now that we've gone through all the way to the final boss now of Nami. So Nami's really annoying. She will go ahead and paralyze and despair your crew for 4 turns. And she also changes her color from a Dex character into an Int character. So typically you want to be bringing Psi characters to help take down Nami. So the character that's going to most help you here is going to be the Psi Rare Recruit Carrot character, because she is a Psi unit, so she does more damage, and she actually gets rid of all the debuffs that Nami puts on your crew. Now, the way that I'm personally getting rid of it is I'm going to be using my Usopp here to delay her for 1 turn, as well as getting some of the paralysis away. And the good thing about this is that because she is counted as being delayed, that means that next turn we can get our conditional boost off to actually get a lot more attack boost against Nami. We can also go ahead and use the Fortnite Nami, which states that if our HP is full, we get a 1.5 times attack boost to our entire crew, and we can use 6+ Lucci special to get the color affinity boost, and this will do a lot of damage to Nami. However, this is the mid-map, so it's not really something that you really need to worry about. However, Nami's quite annoying because she does revive and she summons 5 other Nami characters. And when they actually do revive, you get given 1 turn of paralysis, and you also get a little bit of a health cut as well. all your orbs will be emptied as well. Like, it's just super duper annoying. We're going to be using Coliseum Kid here just to get rid of Nami, basically. Coliseum Kid special being extremely powerful, and him being a shooter really does help out this shooter team with 6+ Lucci. So that's a really fun team. I like using at the moment. And if I didn't pull Guild Tesoro in my Sugo Fest pulls, again, if you guys haven't seen that, go check out the video. But if I wasn't using Guild Tesoro, I would have probably been using 6+ Lucci against Big Mom and Sanji. But speaking of Big Mom, so Big Mom will continuously move. As you can see, she actually broke that rock pathway, so we can now enter that way once we get towards that area. So we are going to be continuing on here, and once Big Mom gets close to us, we do actually have to fight her. Luckily here, we actually got a treasure chest. Can we get something good for the video? Can we get a tablet? No, we get a medium potion. I'll still take that. She's going to move closer, and next dice roll, we will encounter Big Mom. She will want to take us on, and you do have to fight her. And the thing about it is, well, technically you don't have to fight her, but the thing is if you do not fight Big Mom, so this is the opportunity here. You can either fight Big Mom, or you can run away from Big Mom. Now the thing is if you choose to run away from Big Mom, you lose your Croc-and-Bush, and you will not keep 1.5 times points for the rest of the run. If you do beat Big Mom, you will keep the Croc-and-Bush, and you also get a crap ton of points, because her herself will give you a lot of points. So we're going to be running through with the Guild Tesoro team. Obviously, not a very easy team that everyone will be able to build, but I'm just showing you guys this is what I'm doing in order to beat Big Mom. And I just want to give you guys a video to showcase how the treasure map works. So anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into it against Big Mom. So the thing about Big Mom is that it's only a 3-stage dungeon. There's only 3 stages. On the first stage, we can see here that fighters and cerebrals get their cooldowns reduced, I believe, by 5 turns. So that's quite cool. And then on stage 2, you guys will see in a minute, stage 2 is quite annoying. They give you a full board of recovery orbs, and they also poison you. So that's extremely annoying, but it's not a huge issue. But for people who are not using like boosted characters, it is kind of annoying that it is only 3 stages, because you do need to stall a fair bit to make sure your specials are ready by the time you enter the final room. Okay, so here we go. This is the stage here. We're going to go ahead and use Sanji to give us a type boost, just to help us clear this room a little bit easier. This room can be annoying. Sometimes it can take more than 1 turn to clear this room, but I want to make sure that I can clear it in 1 turn with the type boost. And then we move on here against the final boss, which is Big Mom. Now, she starts off at 1.8 million and gains 180,000 per nav level. So just that's something to note, that she does get stronger over time. Because some people were asking that in my stream yesterday. They're like, does Big Mom even increase health? And yes, she actually does increase her health. You can see that she actually gives you a chain reduce. So having someone that is a chain locker will be very significant here, because the chain lock is going to be overwritten by the chain reduce. So make sure to have some sort of chain locker, or sometimes you actually can just break through without having to use a chain locker, which is actually quite nice. But having the chain locker is good, because you can just completely ignore that defensive effect that she puts on your crew. And we can go ahead and just kill her. Now, she actually does revive with 30%. I believe it's 30% of her natural HP. And also, she will also go ahead and apply a damage limiter, which is extremely annoying. So we're going to use Karina here to help us get rid of the damage limiter. We can see the special animation here. She's so thick. So she uses a special ability. We can get rid of the damage limiter, and we can also go ahead and use a second Guild Tesoro special. We might as well see the special animation of Guild Tesoro once again. If you guys haven't seen my showcase video yesterday, where I ran through a whole bunch of different dungeons and broke down my thoughts and opinions completely on this character, make sure you go check out the latest video that I did upload. So we've gone ahead and done that. Now we can just basically kill her. Now you can see that once we do kill her, we get a lot of really cool stuff. So we get a rainbow chest here. You can either drop a large potion from a rainbow chest, or you get a copy of Big Mom. Either one of those things can happen. I'm not too sure what the rates are. I believe it's like a 50-50 chance to get either or. But still, getting large potions is very, very significant. So we can see that we got the large potion, so that's awesome. And you're going to see how many points we actually get here. So, the enemy has been defeated. The following effect will remain until you leave the sea. Crew stats boosted by 1.5 times. That is insane. So yeah, you can see that we get a lot of points, we keep our Croc-and-Bush, and we get the additional effect of having our base stats increased by 1.5 times for the entire rest of the run. So very, very significant boosts once you do beat Big Mom. So I would highly suggest, if you guys can do it, to always fight Big Mom, because the shit that you get from it is just so, so worth it. So now we're moving towards the entrance that Big Mom actually made for us on this treasure map. Hopefully we can get some good stuff. That would be pretty cool. Attack down Powerhouse. That is kind of annoying considering one of my main teams is completely Powerhouse. So that is very annoying. Unfortunately, we get a 5, so that's going to give us a rainbow chest, I think. Yep, it will be. Let's see what we get from the rainbow chest. Hopefully, it's worth it. Survey says, hey, there we go, critical hit tablet. That's what I'm talking about. Holy crap, that's really good. I actually need critical hit tablets because I want to make sure I can rainbow my Katakuri. That's like the #1 unit I want to rainbow right now. So I'll definitely take critical hit. Thank you very much for that. Actually, if we can get the universal attack up, I would gladly take that. Oh, we just missed it. Okay, but we've got a stamina refill, so that's pretty good. And we have an opportunity here to potentially get another rainbow chest. So we need a 1 or a 2 I'd be happy with. Oh, we got another rainbow chest. Okay, what's this one going to give us? What's this one going to give us? Yo, pinch healing tablet. Let's go. Double tablet run. That's a pretty good run to put on the video. Holy crap. Okay, so now we've finally reached the boss stage, or the battle rush as it's known. So we have the Pudding, the Pedro, and the Brook stage. So the first stage is going to be against Pudding. Now, as I said, unfortunately we did get Powerhouse attack down during this run, so this team isn't really going to be doing as much damage as it typically would, but we will try and find someone with cooldown because that's going to help us out a little bit. So Battle Rush versus Pudding. So the Pudding stage is actually pretty easy because if you just have double treasure mode Jack, you're not really going to have an issue with this dungeon. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead and I'll see you guys at the boss stage. Alright, so we just beaten all of the stages, moving on towards the final boss against Pudding. So here we go. So the thing about Pudding is that makes her so easy is that she summons 5 other characters. And the thing about it is you can just go ahead, use the Treasure Map Jack special, and he does more damage to one enemy depending on how many enemies are on the enemy side of the field. So because there is the max amount of enemies, you can do 2 million damage, and with double Jack, that's 4 million damage towards Pudding. And also Treasure Map Wipe is very good because he does AoE damage, you can completely wipe the room. So very easy dungeon against Pudding. Okay, so after Pudding, we are going to be taking on the Pedro stage. So against Pedro, I'm going to be using a double Treasure Map Zora and Sanji team. Now, the Treasure Map Zora and Sanji don't really matter, honestly. You can run just about anyone as a captain, but the main thing that is key for this specific fight is using Treasure Map Crocodile. And the reason for that is because of his captain effect. When you make him your captain, when you use his special, he makes strength orbs beneficial, which is very key for this fight. So we're going to go ahead and skip towards the end, and I'll see you guys at the boss stage. Alright, so we have beaten all of the mini-boss stages. Now we move on to the final boss stage against Pedro. So the thing about Pedro is that he despairs you for 5 turns, and he also makes all of your orbs strength. And whenever you use any type of special that manipulates your orbs, he will change them back to strength. So you can see here, we've used Frankie to get rid of our despair, but we do change our orbs around. So you can see Pedro, with his preemptive or with his interrupt, he's going to change them back to strength. We're going to use our Sicilian special to get a type boost here to all units. And it's important that if you want to get the most damage with this specific team, to use your Sicilian first, and then use your Crocodile special, because Croc actually boosts his own attack by 2 times, so we want everyone to get an attack boost, so we want to use our Sicilian first. And then, at this point, it is pretty easy. We can honestly just kill him here, but another thing you can do is activate your Treasure Mode Saldo special. Once Crocodile is your captain, he is a cerebral unit, so then it allows you to use your Saldo special. And then once again, with all of our boosts, we're not going to have too many issues here, dealing a lot of damage towards Pedro. 2.5 million with just 2 taps. That's crazy strong. This team will last a pretty long time on this treasure map, actually. Alright, so the last boss that we're going to be taking on in this specific video before we get to the final boss stage against Sanji is going to be against Brook. Brook is pretty simplistic as well, like extremely free-to-play friendly, I would say. The only thing that it really requires is a maxed special Raid Zoro. And the thing about it is, your one doesn't even need to be max special. You could actually go ahead, use your one that's like completely evolved, but it might not even be max skilled. All you need to do is like bring a friend one that is max skilled, and then you're going to be, you know, able to beat this relatively easily. So we're going to go ahead and skip ahead. We'll make it to the final stage, and we'll talk about the stage once we get there. Okay, so we have beaten all of the stages. Moving on to the boss stage, we have Brook. So the thing about Brook is that he'll have a 2-turn Rainbow Shield % damage reduction, as well as making all of your orbs into block orbs. So we're going to go ahead and use our Zoro special first to get our 2x affinity boost to slashes and driven, and then with that he also removes the Rainbow Shield that Brook has. Then on top of that, we're going to use our Treasure Mode Mihawk special to get our huge boost, and we're going to use our other Brook special here to change those block orbs into matching orbs, as well as doing a lot of damage towards Brook as well. And then at that point, it is pretty simple, and this team will also do a lot of damage. As you can see, we actually got a rainbow chest. Now, I feel in this treasure map, they have definitely boosted the chances of you dropping rainbow chests, and the amount of large potions that you can get from this map is insane. So if you are one of those people that do not have a lot of potions, then this is a very, very good treasure map to go ahead and farm up, because the amount of potions that you do get is quite crazy. Unfortunately, there we didn't get a large potion, but when you beat Big Mom and she does drop a rainbow chest, that is a guaranteed large potion. So again, if you are missing potions, then this is a good treasure map to farm up. But now, we move on now to the final boss stage against Sanji. Now, once again, we are going to be opting to use our Guild Tesoro team for the most points possible, of course. So, this specific fight can be quite tricky, because on stage 6 he has an effect where he actually has a 3-turn blue shield increased defense. So having someone to remove the defense would be useful, but it's not needed. If you have some sort of a team that does a lot of damage naturally, that won't be too much of a problem. And then once we get to stage 7, we'll discuss that one a little bit further as well. But honestly, all the way through here is pretty straightforward. Nothing really too surprising that you should really take note of. It's just simple mob stages right here. And once again, you know, stage 7 and stage 6 Sanji all will actually increase their health at the end of each navigation level. So you do have to take note that the mini-boss stage will actually increase their health as well. And the thing about stage 6 Sanji, the one before the boss stage, is that you have to make sure not to get him below 20%, because if you do get him below 20%, I believe he blows away certain members of your crew, so you typically don't want to do that. But here we are here at the stage 6 Sanji. As I said, increase defense and attack up. We're going to be using our Tanaka to actually completely get rid of both of those buffs, and we can actually go ahead and just attack without having to activate any other special abilities at this point, because obviously with this team specifically, we just do too much damage against the boss stage, as we get a gold chest, and then the final boss stage. Okay, so this Sanji starts at 1 million HP. He gains 100,000 per nav level, and you can see that he actually has a 4-turn resilience buff, which is quite annoying, because it either means that you have to go ahead and bring someone to remove resilience, or have something that does end of turn damage to kill Sanji through the resilience. He also will reduce your crew's attack drastically for 2 turns. We're going to be using our Karina special here first to get rid of the resilience, and also give us 2 turns of 70% damage reduction. We're just going to take 2 turns to let that attack down expire. Now, the thing about Sanji is when he gets below 95%, he will give himself a 3-turn attack up and defense up. So that is something to note as well. Don't get him below 95% unless if you are ready to burst him down. And below 20%, I believe he does 3 times his attack as a damage hit towards you. So once again, make sure that when you do attack him, to actually finish him off. Otherwise, he does lots of negative stuff, and you just don't really want to deal with it. So we're going to be using our Reiju and our Guild Tesoro here. The thing about this stage is that's really annoying is that this Sanji that I have on my team, you can't use his special on this stage, because when you activate a healing special, he does lots of negative effects. I believe he makes a barrier appear on his side of the field, and he also gets rid of your beneficial effects or something like that. But anyways, with the boost that we have, not really too worried at this point. A lot of damage, 4.9 million damage with another rainbow chest. So hopefully that's actually going to be another potion. But that's basically it. That's the full run through of the treasure map. As I said, when Big Mom does appear on the map, I would highly suggest going through that pathway that she opens up, because typically you get some pretty good stuff. As you saw in this video, we got 2 tablets in one run, as we get a, unfortunately, an orb. A potion would have been much better. But anyways, I'm a big fan of this treasure map. This treasure map is actually hella fun to run through, lots of points. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and smack the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post on my channel, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.